You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. So, random question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How interested would you be in playing extremely obscure sports?
What is extremely obscure?
So, well, I don't even know, but I'm wondering how deep the rabbit hole goes. Because, did you ever see the movie Dodgeball?
Yeah.
So Dodgeball had ESPN 8 The Ocho, which was like obscure sports, like ridiculousness, like completely, absolutely off the wall, obscure sports. And who knows if any of those really existed or if it was all just like stupid for the movie. But they did a couple of years back for like one of the anniversaries of Dodgeball, the movie. They had like ESPN actually played like a full 24 hours full of like obscure sports. And like just, because it's funny and there's obscure sports out there. But over the last couple weeks, been randomly flipping through channels and seeing these weird like auto races. Like it all started because my son was really wanting to watch TV one day, like determined to watch like movies, cars, like this, that, the other. Mm-hmm. So I've said, turn on some car race or something if you can find one on TV and see if he's like even intrigued by that or if he like is more looking for like the Disney movie, cars.
All right.
And
what do you think
like,
about racing?
Things you find on YouTube. So I don't watch that. I think NASCAR and stuff is boring as shit. But let's find out what the hell is on. And I found this random. It was like a B-level NASCAR, but it was all these people who basically looks like they put like superchargers on go-karts, like that shitty of builds of carts that they were just like basically rolling in circles. I mean, like end over end rolling around this track and getting destroyed. And
this sounds fantastic.
Oh, it was kind of entertaining because it was just like off the wall, but it was just they made the presentation that was being shown on TV had like all these sponsors that kept having commercials, and it was some of the most like redneck sponsor type products that you would ever see. And I can't even think of them off the top of my head. And ironically, a lot of these sponsors were based in Michigan, apparently, where I'm originally from. So it definitely seemed like something from my old home state. But today, so I was watching that and I was joking around about how I'm going to get a ridiculous, stupid racing team and like how much money do you put into one of these cars that you basically go out and destroy? Like who actually is sponsoring you to destroy these cars? Like, are they really getting their fan funding worth of, sponsoring? Like if Motorola GTX sponsored me to basically go destroy a golf cart, or a go-kart, how, are they getting their money worth? Well, today I go downstairs. My wife's family is in town, and her dad's sitting down there and goes, "Oh, Jeff, do you want to finish this axe tournament with me?" And I was like, "What?" And he was joking around because literally what he had flipped on the TV was the World Axe Throwing Championship.
Oh, I've watched some of that shit.
So we watched an entire like best of 3 round because it was just like, what the fuck is this that we're watching? And it was just a guy literally standing like 8 feet away from a big board, and they would like 2 of them against each other, and they were throwing axes at this big board with a bullseye painted on it.
Like there's like a whole like lumberjack game thing where there's like axe throwing.
I've seen the lumberjack game stuff before was very entertaining. But that is actually almost like you're using a chainsaw to do things you would literally do in the real world. Like how quickly can you cut this log into these 5 slices or whatever that you have to do. This was I just stand there and throw an axe at bullseye. Okay. And then in the very last round, they were all of a sudden like, blue circles are open. And both people didn't aim at the center anymore. They aimed at like the top corner of the board. There was a smaller blue circle that was apparently worth more points. That was like the big twist at the end of like the 10th round.
No one saw the blue circle coming.
But this thing was the World Championship. It was a sponsored event. I wonder, how the fuck do you get into like World Championship of axe throwing.
I mean, I feel like that's something where you were born into that.
I mean, it's very possible, but as me, as a commoner, how do you get to be? How do I break my way into?
I mean, I've seen you
wanted to
swing an axe. I
compete?
feel like you got some resume power here.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Maybe being a firefighter gets you a buy-in, whereas a common peasant wouldn't have that.
Right.
buy-in
I feel
either.
like you could show them that one video. It's like a resume, basically.
I don't know. I want to know. So it's funny because my buddy back in Michigan, it's weird. He was single, and another female friend of mine is single. And I was trying to hook them up for a little while, but she wasn't interested. But was like, my sister, who's close to the same age, they're like 2 years apart. She's single, and they would hit it off pretty well, is what she said. So we're like, let's see if we can hook them up. Let's just give them each other's numbers. Let them know that we're, seeing if they'd be compatible or not. So we gave them each other's numbers, and they started communicating with each other to see if they were.
That's a lot of pressure. I feel like you put a lot of pressure on them.
I mean, it's possible, but whatever. That's not the point of the story.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm wrapped up in this other drama.
Well, it could have been too much pressure because they never ended up going out with each other.
I mean, I feel like you don't want to they don't want to let anyone down, right? And then even if they do start dating, then there's all these people that already know both of them, and man, that's just too much. I
mean, I see where you're going. I see that underlying pressure. I will say that he's asked me if I knew any chicks to try to hook him up with. I mean, I think once you get like mid to late 30s, you all of a sudden start to like lessen on the pressure side. And you're just like, hey, if you know anybody who's single, like let me know. I'll see if we're compatible type of deal. As opposed to when you're younger, it's more like, I don't know if I want to tiptoe around this. I want to make sure,
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been single since I was like in high school, and then I was single for a while, and then I dated someone, and then I just didn't. There's nothing wrong with her, but I mean, I still broke up with her. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I hadn't worked that out yet. Maybe I'm not desperate enough.
Well, I don't think it's about being desperate.
You made it sound like that. Once you get in your late 30s, I'll take anything.
No. I think you're not worried about offending the person who tried to hook you up anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant you're like, whatever's out there, just let me have something.
No. I meant that if it hooks you up.
I see.
Oh, I don't offend because we're not compatible type of deal. Whereas I do feel like when I got hooked up with people when I was in my 20s from friends, I kind of felt a pressure of, I want them to think that this is working because I don't want to offend them and think that they did a bad thing,
Gotcha.
Whereas, so that's what I was talking about. Not that you're just like super dead. That doesn't happen until you're 45. Then it's just whatever, whatever comes by. No, but they ended up not being able to they realized very quickly that they apparently were not compatible with each other, which is fine because I didn't know this chick very well. I knew the one friend. I didn't know her sister that well. So I was taking her word that they were possibly compatible. But part of the reason was they couldn't figure out, they had different ideas of a first date. She kept wanting to go do like an activity. And he kept suggesting, let's just go out and have a drink or some food or something because I want to just sit and talk and get to know you more. Where she wanted to be doing something. And one of the things that she randomly suggested, and he kept bringing it up, and I thought he was kidding at first until I realized that there's a bar in their area that does it, was she wanted him to take her axe throwing.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering, like, am I missing something when I see this axe throwing,
It's like a common thing.
Yeah, is this a common thing that I don't understand, or I'm just not going to the right bars for? Like, is it that easy to get into?
Wait, did the axe throwing happen at a bar?
Yes.
That's fucking weird. I don't think alcohol and axe throwing mix.
I will tell you, however, when I was looking at these people that were doing the axe throwing world tournament today, or whatever it was called, the world championship, at one point I saw something that said bad axe, and I was like, why are they saying their axes are bad? And I realized, oh no, it's sponsored by Bad Axe, and I think it said Bad Axe Brewing Company. And couldn't read the small print on the back. I'm sure Bad Axe was in really big letters, and then there was something small under it. I think it said brewing. In Michigan, there is a town called Bad Axe, and I'm wondering if Bad Axe Brewing Company is actually based out of Bad Axe, Michigan, And if that maybe that is the bar, like that, it's coincidentally all a big circle of this bar. I just smashed my microphone. Sorry.
I just remembered last episode I banged my microphone into my desk in anger.
I heard you. You were
Yeah,
frustrated.
well, it kind of slipped my mind afterwards. That's how angry I was about candy and stockings. I just beat my microphone up. Anyways, sorry.
But I'm wondering if she's actually trying to take him to go axe throwing at the place the world championship of axe throwing
Right,
is just
that's-
held at.
Shit, maybe she knows something. She's
Yeah,
maybe her family's into axe throwing.
Maybe she just was in a different round that I didn't see. I only watched. I mean, she could have been in it. But I want to find like a really obscure sport to get into, because can you imagine like how weird is it sometimes for you to tell that you make money off of like YouTube and Twitch?
Oh, it's always very weird.
Can you imagine if it was even weirder in my
Right?
mind?
Like, I make a living. I'm a professional. I'm the world champion axe thrower.
right. I made it's okay. This year I'm set for my income because I got first place in the world axe throwing championships. I mean, I'm sure people who play poker have enough trouble, but that's more of an understood.
Yeah, at least people
sport
get
can
that.
make a lot of money.
I feel like people
Yeah.
they'll give you like a side eye when you say you play professional poker, though. I feel like you get that. Like,
I would agree.
Are you an adult?
Don't you think
sort of thing?
you don't get a side eye? You just get more of an I don't believe you in any way. Why are you lying to me? If you tell somebody you're a
Right,
professional axe thrower, right?
Yeah. Or like even
That's
what
what,
we
like,
do, like
anybody
we
you're
get
on
the fucking. I mean, I guess you have a real job.
Yep,
but
my job is real. Your job is fake. You said it.
Yeah. Well, I know how some people that get super up in arms whenever you say I have a real job, and they're like, my job is real too. But that doesn't bother me. But yeah, no. I mean, anytime you tell me when you do YouTube, they're like, what else do you do?
Yep. You make money off of that. I still get you make money off of that. Like, and I think now it's so much more well known than it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird that it's like at my fire station, some people came across my one shower vlog for whatever reason, and I don't quite know why. The one where I was making fun of one of the guys who constantly like says maybe he'll pick up like a shift. And they knew exactly what I was talking about, so they thought that was so funny because they've all dealt with this guy at the fire station. So
Yeah.
somehow word of mouth is getting around my fire station, and people are more picking up on my channel. And then they're at first getting very confused at why I'm in the shower and talking to like, the camera. But then everybody's like, "Oh, so like, I don't understand. Like, you can make money off of this?" Like, that's the question I've been getting a lot lately. Is people are still baffled that you can make money off of YouTube, and I think because now they know that you make money off of YouTube, and they think when I say I make money off of YouTube, that means I make like millions of dollars.
Right,
off
you're
of
rich as
YouTube.
fuck. You're
Yeah,
doing this
when
they're
really-
nursing shit as a hobby.
Right. When really this last month my payout was like $58.
Shit, you
or
made more
whatever.
off of Twitch than you did off of YouTube last month.
Oh yeah, I did. I made more off of Twitch doing those bounties than I did off of YouTube.
That's
Like
great.
YouTube is such a nothing anymore. Like it's just ridiculous. Oh wow.
Yeah, my Twitch income has passed my YouTube finally. So now I guess I'm a professional Twitch streamer than a professional YouTuber.
Well, so I guess the question is that though, is it your Twitch income or is it are you mixing donations in with
I'm not mixing donations. I'm just talking about what
so
Twitch
you
pays
actually
me
mean
each
your
month.
Twitch income?
Yeah, what Twitch pays me each month.
Okay.
Which bounties
know
has helped
that-
out a lot.
that's
Bounties make up about 30% of my Twitch income now. Which
Yeah,
I haven't
I
done that
think
many
for-
bounties in December, so my January payment's going to be less.
Yeah, I think for a while, a lot of people who were switching over to Twitch were doing it claiming that their Twitch income was higher than YouTube, when really what they meant is they were getting more donations when they went
Right.
over to Twitch.
I mean, yeah, if I count
And
the
that's-
donations, then for sure. Though,
Yeah,
you know what?
and that-
It really it varies so much that I feel like you can't count on that. Like last month,
well, right, and
donation
that's
wise,
what I was gonna say is that is way harder to count on donation.
right? Like last month it was like several thousand, and then this month it's like $300, I think. So the if I was paying my bills on donations, I'd be shit out of luck this month, I guess.
Yeah, just think about it this way. I'm sure it was because everybody took all that money, and otherwise they spent it at the marathon for the children.
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of, like I sometimes I'll like talk about, hey, I'll wear the bear suit, and I didn't do any of that this month because I was thinking, well, I mean the marathon's coming up. I mean, can't ask people to give me money when there's a charity thing that's going to happen.
I think for a certain donation amount, you and Arcus should get in a hot tub and fight.
I'll fight
Get all
Arcus in a
drunk
hard
and
tub.
fight each other
I'll
on New Year's.
I'll do it. I mean, him and I are doing a sellout stream on New Year's, but I'll fight him in a hot tub too for a certain amount of money.
Because now I'm thinking, like, if I randomly jump into your stream like I did last year, I might just do it from my hot tub outside.
Oh, that would be
Just
fantastic.
Be like, you guys aren't in your hot tub. What the fuck? Like, thought we planned this, guys. Skeleton. He's angry because he's in the sun and he doesn't wear sunscreen. Ah. There we go. Yeah, I really do want to find out how to get into sports because I think it'd be so fun to like become super good at the most ridiculous sport in the world that has like a world championship that's televised.
That's how I look at speedrunning. I know this is not what you're talking about, but the people that do speedrunning, I look at that in the same light that I look at axe throwing. Because, like, these people, like Seth Bling. I mean, I'm sure you've watched him beat Mario in 2 seconds or however fucking long it takes.
Right.
That's just the dumbest, craziest shit ever. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to knock it, but I also want to be like, come on, Seth, get a life. Like, you sat around and learned that shit. That's so wild. Sorry.
Well, the only thing I don't like about speedrunning is that speedrunning is literally learn running. So I like less about speedrunning than what I'm talking about doing, I should say, is to become a really, really, really good speedrunner, you're literally learning one game and you're learning the ultimate best path of a non-RNG type situation.
Right.
Granted, there's some RNG involved in some speed runs, but it's not the basis of the run. It's not like, usually RNG. It's you're learning exactly how to hit the right buttons at the right time, and that's all there is to it. When something like throwing an axe or whatever, no matter how exact you throw the axe every time, there's still an element of change that can
right. Yeah.
That
I
can happen.
don't dislike speedrunning, but I don't like the type that Seth does. I like the where you actually play the whole game. Like I don't like the glitch to the end speedruns personally. Just because it doesn't.
I mean,
I don't know.
I like the type that Seth does because I don't think Seth does it for the fact of he doesn't ever expect to keep his like the top score. He just wants to be the first to do something that nobody else has done before.
Yeah,
and I think that that's kind of entertaining in its own right. I wish I could understand a lot of the stuff that he understands about the way to glitch consoles better, and I think that's where I get my dislike is I feel stupid when I watch him. I feel really stupid that I can't follow how you're manipulating because I was a computer engineer. Like I did machine programming and machine coding and stuff. Like I understand the concept of what is happening, but the path that they get to finding out some of the stuff that they do is so beyond me that I just feel stupid when I watch it, and I'm just like, that was awesome, and I never want to watch it again because I just will feel more dumb.
Yeah, I agree. Especially whenever he starts bringing out like all this equipment, like I'm going to use 6 multi-taps and like you're going to do what now?
right. It's pretty off the wall, but I do like when I'll be one of the projects that made me feel really stupid, but I also just loved at the same time was his Mario stuff. His like machine learning for Mario was fucking awesome.
Well, that's what got him fucking almost a job at Tesla,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that shit was pretty fucking awesome. Like, there's nobody can deny that. I am curious what the hell's going to happen with Elon.
What do you mean?
Not with Seth. I don't mean it was Seth. I just mean in general. That guy's like going all over the place. They just opened the new loop or whatever, the loop LOUP or whatever it is.
You talking about the thing he made with his boring company?
Yeah, a tunnel.
Yeah.
And why would you call it the boring company? Like when
because that's funny.
But it's boring.
It's good though. I mean, that's basically how his whole life works. This is pretty funny. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, but it's like a tunnel that you drive in.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't think you drive a car in it. I think that it's like a speed tunnel that like you get
your
in.
car goes down on an elevator and it's
really
like wheels to it and it drives for you technically, but it literally is basically like think of going to a car wash and it being longer.
Okay, so it does
and
propel your whole
faster.
car through.
Yes. Yes. But and then it's going to have these elevators that you somehow have to take down to the tunnel system, and somehow this is supposed to like alleviate traffic. Like the whole concept is so confusing to me on how this is supposed to be a traffic alleviator.
Well, that's less cars
Because-
on the road, right?
It's less cars on the road if you can get your car into this tunnel, which seems like it's going to take bigger lines to get your car into this tunnel than
I
it
mean,
would be to
maybe.
just drive your damn car home.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
that's true.
And that's where I can't figure this whole thing, because it talks about the elevators that you do, and on the elevators how it attaches like these arms to your, or these little wheels to your car. And I don't, God, the whole thing is so. I would like, trust me, I would love to see it work in concept and alleviate traffic. And if in the future I can live outside of Washington D.C. but work in the city and still bring my car there and have it basically do it for me.
I mean, maybe it's super
Fantastic.
fast. Like I've seen the thing that shoots you down the tunnel, and that's super fast. So maybe going down is also super fast. Like maybe it loads these cars at extreme speed and just fucking launches them, and it's all very, very fast.
I mean, it could be. Like I said, I would love to be wrong.
I know
in
there's
my
videos. There's videos of it, like of it showing the at least the like the launch from point A to point
Yeah,
B.
they did the test runs last week.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where all the stuff came from recently, is that they just did the new test run of it. And I think they only put him to like 60 miles an hour in there right now, but he said he can go up to like, and like the plan is for it to go 150 miles an hour in the tunnel.
That's cool.
So sure, it's cool, but I'm trying to figure this all out and how it's really going to work practically to get people into it. But it literally is a tunnel. It's almost like he built a tunnel.
He
Like,
did.
why
He
didn't
did.
they-
He built a tunnel. He said he was tired of traffic. He's going to build an underground tunnel, and he did.
And okay.
I mean, he's a crazy man.
And so why did it take Elon Musk to build the tunnel?
I mean, it didn't, but he's the only one
We
that
have
did it.
tunnels.
You know what I
Tunnels
want
already
Elon Musk to
exist.
do? I was talking about this the other day on the stream. I want Elon Musk to start a light bulb company. I want him to make light bulbs that are not going to fucking burn out for 200 years and fuck everybody
Okay.
else.
Do you think he would, though? Do you think he has the ability and the technology?
Oh yeah,
Is the-
light bulb companies decades ago had the technology, and they all have an agreement together to not let us have light bulbs that last that long, so that it's planned obsolescence.
Plans obsolescence.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will tell you, we switched over to LED bulbs in my house, which are supposed to last 10 to 20 years or whatever it is.
Mhm.
I've replaced this LED bulb so many goddamn times. in
Yeah,
the
they don't
2
last
years
that
I've
long.
lived in this house.
Uh huh. Yep. You know, we switched over. Do you remember the spiral LED bulbs or the spiral fluorescent bulbs that are supposed to last forever? So we switched over those when those first came out.
Yeah.
Every one of them, when it burned out, caught on fire. Every single one.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. After the third one caught on fire, we got rid of all of them because it's like, well, what if we leave a light on when we're not here? It burns our house down. Every single one of them when it burned
What if
out.
you're trying to do your laundry and put it in the dryer when you're not home? House is gone.
See, I don't know what was wrong with those, but I mean, this was many years
The
ago.
CFL bulbs. That's what those were, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those were
Caught on
a fire.
fire.
Yep, literally every single one. They would burn out, and they would like
And,
get
well, and,
black.
how
at
long were they supposed to last?
those were another one of those like 10 years, and it sure as
10
fuck
years?
didn't.
Yeah. I still have some incandescent bulbs of some of the ones we haven't switched over yet that are still going strong.
Yeah.
Those things like are cheap as shit and are supposed to last that long, and they seem to be outlasting most of our LED bulbs. There's like, and I wonder too if it's just slight fluctuations in power, because I swear it's 3 different of our ceiling lights are the ones that seem to burn out the most.
So you think it's something to do with like the socket itself?
Well, yeah, but here's the deal: every socket in everybody's home is going to be slightly different.
Right.
So, are you telling me you're selling this product that only works the socket for 10 years, but everybody else it works for 6 months?
Yeah. Some people it actually lasts for 20 years.
Yeah, for this one guy, it lasted for 10 years. For most people, it lasts for about a year. Is that what they really are? I do find it crazy that my LED bulbs are just like, oh, now I have to buy bulbs again. Shit, why am I spending another $25 on, a 3-pack of bulbs?
Yeah. Well, I've got these Samsung ones that are LED, and those have lasted I think I would say like 2 years at this point. I haven't had to replace any. So those have been lasting a while, but I know it's possible they could make bulbs that would last 100 years or whatever. And I don't think anyone wants to do it because they don't want to be that person that fucks over the light bulb industry. I mean, who knows what how cutthroat the light bulb industry is, but I'm sure that. But anyways, I think Elon Musk could do it. He could come in there and just like he didn't give a fuck about the money and just fuck the light bulb industry.
I mean, I guess it's possible. What do you think about Philips Hue bulbs?
I've never used any of those.
But you know, those are the ones you can hook up to those, like the Philips hub and each light you can like change the brightness of and the color of and all that stuff. How long do you think those last? You can't tell me that those are only lasting a year. I think you'd hear a lot more outrage of it by now, right? Those have to be lasting a long time, right?
You would think, but who knows? I mean, people that are buying that shit got money to spare, right? They're just throwing away money anyways, right?
I mean, I almost started buying those, but because I really wanted smart home automation, but I finally just upgraded to the smart dimmer switches. I don't get the color effects, but I get the auto smart home control of my lights now.
Do you have you asked about that? Reminded me of the LED strips you put behind your TV. That like
I have one strip that I have in a project box of mine that I've not used for anything yet.
Okay, so you don't have it where it like works with your TV to like.
No, you're talking the ambient lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's pretty cool though, but no, that shit's expensive.
Is it? That's what I didn't know. Like, yeah. I didn't know if like Walmart had these like. I hate to say it, but I guess they were kind of like stocking stuffers. And some of them were.
Oh, so it was candy.
It wasn't candy, but it was ambient lighting.
LED light candy.
It was LED candy. Yeah, you make your teeth blink. I wonder if there is LED teeth. Anyways,
that would be you could probably make like shit tons of money out of that.
Probably. I just gave that fucking idea away. Yep. Anyways, but it was like ambient lighting. It was like LED strips for behind your TV, but it wasn't the kind that like changed colors with whatever was happening on the screen. It was just like, here's a strip of red lights, put it behind your TV.
Oh, I mean, but you could make your own strip of red lights with just like an LED, strip that you have. Yeah, the ones that actually, excuse me, connect in for ambient lighting that like read the picture and change the stuff. I actually watched a how to like it was kind of a DIY, but it was from this company that offers a DIY solution that's way cheaper than other solutions. Like you actually make your own LED light strip. You have to buy their hardware that it plugs into, and then their app, and tell it how many strips wide is, or how many LEDs wide is your strip, and all this stuff, and it does all this stuff for it. And it was still $150. Wow. And it was cheap.
That's cheap. Wow.
That's the cheap, like, do-it-yourself type solution versus the ambient lighting solutions that they come out with. I'm sure, give it 5 years, and it's going to be a standard option on every TV.
Yeah, I figured that's like every TV would just have it. Because isn't it like a lot better for eye strain? If you have that, I've heard that. Like,
I don't know if ambient lighting is better for eye strain. I know all the blue light filters and stuff are. I actually installed a blue light program on my computer. Supposed to is it increase the blue light? It decreases one of the like harsh lights on your eyes for something that you stare at all day long.
The blue light is supposedly what keeps you awake. Like I have a blue light filter on my glasses actually.
Okay,
it's supposed to reduce the amount of blue light that gets through to help you sleep better, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny when I turn on my computer at work, the screen's like really bright and it looks normal. Second, then all of a sudden when that program kicks in the startup process and you can watch the screen like dim, and I'm like, oh, my screen just got really dim, and within like 3 seconds I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like it's immediately like the normal again.
Do you use that like the nighttime stuff on your phone where like it makes it like sepia tone like or whatever?
I turned the blue light filter on my phone when I first because it's a new phone and I've never used it without it. I think it's just on all the time. I don't know if it does anything based on the time of day it is, but I can see my phone absolutely fine.
Yeah,
I don't use my phone in the dark too often though.
Yeah, me either. First time I'd ever seen it was like in London, and Pyro had it on his phone. I was like, why the fuck does your phone like someone peed on it? What the hell is this?
Oh, the ones that are the yellow hue?
Yeah.
Look yellow? No. I think the blue light filter slightly. I do remember those from back in the day. That was like a big popular thing that was supposed to reduce eye strain, but it was so noticeable to
Yeah.
anybody staring at it. It was like this yellow. It looked like somebody peed on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, mine. If you walked into my office and looked at the computer, all you would probably think if you came from your computer was that mine looked dimmer.
Right.
But it's really doing something with the blue lights.
Yeah, I knew you weren't talking about the yellow thing, but I didn't know if you did that on your phone with the yellow, because it's still like it's built in now. They like Apple removed all the programs that because there were programs that you could buy that did it, and they removed all those and built it in, and so it's their own thing now.
Do you use it?
No, I can't stand it. I hate the way it looks. Again, it looks like a burnt ashtray or something. I don't know. Like somebody smoked too much nicotine around your phone or some shit. I don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, your phone's an ex-smoker.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's been 30 minutes. We should say goodbye, I guess.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time when we have good stocking stuffers and not.
Oh, God. I can't wait to see the comments. Honestly, if they agree with you, they're trolls. Anyone that agrees with you is just trolling. But
well, good thing that is a separate video.
Yeah,
so
I
they
know.
won't hear say that already.
I know. That's why I waited. Anyways.
You need to make sure you get your shit released on time so you can get the same time.
I am actually accidentally ahead of you.
I
messed up.
So that means did you see the person in your Discord that broke down the series and who's got like the longest running series on YouTube?
No.
And then I'm ahead of you in Minecraft
Well,
videos by like 8 videos or something like that.
Well, I guess this season, right? Not overall, or maybe it is.
No, I think it was overall. It was like 770. That doesn't even make sense though, because he said something like 770 something. But
that's not right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have had. Didn't you do? You did a full year, your first year, every single day, right?
No,
you did 365 videos in that first year, if I recall. You didn't miss a day.
I don't. I mean, season 1 was only like 50 episodes though. So I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do know season 1 was...
I remember you talking about that once in a video. I thought.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I thought.
It's possible I did that. I don't actually know, though. I do remember I used to try to do a video a day, but I don't... At some point, it became every other day. I don't know if I made a whole year like that. I do remember talking about... Because there was channels that call... What the fuck did they call it? It was like a whole thing. Not a revolution... an orbit. That's what it was called. So it's supposed to be like an orbit of the Earth around the sun, where you do an episode of just like a vlog every day or whatever. And I remember, that's probably what you're thinking about, because I remember there was a couple of channels I found that were doing an orbit, and I was like interested in what the fuck this was all about. So yeah. This one kid I watched, I don't know how I found his channel. Oh, it was linked on Social Blade. That's what it was. And his videos would get like 5 views or whatever, but I ended up watching like a shitload of them because I just like got interested in the fact that this kid was putting this much dedication into doing an episode every single day for his little vlog or whatever, for his orbit, and he made it. He made his whole 365.
Thinking if you were who you are now back then when you watched that, he'd probably be famous too.
I think I like some of his videos. Hell, that was back when I was getting more views than I am now, to be honest.
That's true, actually. Yeah, there was a heyday of a hell.
Yeah, no, I
Depends
think
on when it was in that sweet spot.
But anyways, all right. Well, goodbye, everyone.
All right, see you guys.